is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Lal Malawarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. The President instructs the relevant officials to strengthen the security of the children at rural level. The next consignment of AstraZeneca will arrive in the island tomorrow. 2,669 more persons have tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. The public service is to work in 2 shifts per week. Red Cross and Uber are to provide free transport to vaccination centres. The Health Minister says an integral home-based care program for asymptomatic COVID-19 patients will commence from Monday. News overseas, Ethiopia's Tigray rebels take UNESCO World Heritage Town. In sports, China leads the Olympic medal table with 34 gold. And those are the headlines. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday stressed that the security of the children should be strengthened at the rural level. According to the information revealed, the majority of the children employed as child labourers are from the estate sector. The President pointed out that the relevant authority should be exercised at the Gramanilidar division level to prevent this plight. Gramanilidar officers possess the information on families in the estate sector. The President added that the immediate action is imperative when a child is missing from a household in order to put a stop to child labour. The President made these remarks at a discussion held with the National Child Protection Authority, NCPA, and line institutions at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. Special attention has been focused in empowering children and women in the national policy framework Vistas of Prosperity. The President stated that the main responsibility of NCPA is to direct all children to undergo mandatory preschool Dhamma school education and to find out the reasons for children failing to attend schools and provide solutions. The next batch of AstraZeneca vaccines donated by the government of Japan will arrive in the island tomorrow. This comes following the personal request of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to the Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshihide Suga. Japanese Ambassador Akira Tsukiyama says that the Prime Minister of Japan has decided to provide 1.456 million doses of vaccine to Sri Lanka after paying special attention to the President's personal request to the Prime Minister to fulfill the need of the second dose of the AstraZeneca in Sri Lanka and in recognition of long-standing friendship between the two countries. The first consignment of 728,460 vaccine doses was sent to Ireland last week. The President expressed special thanks for the Japanese Prime Minister on behalf of the government and the people of Sri Lanka for donating AstraZeneca vaccines. This news comes to you from Sri Lankan Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
The government has focused its attention to make COVID vaccine cards compulsory for all occasions, including interprovincial travelling. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva also requested the government to issue an identification card as proof of vaccination, and such document would be treated as a pass for travelling. He stressed the need to encourage the people who are reluctant to obtain the vaccine. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health reports that another 2,669 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday, pushing the total of confirmed cases of coronavirus identified in the country to 321,429. The Sri Lanka's total recovery stands at 286,365, while over 30,000 COVID-positive patients are currently being treated at hospitals. The death toll in Sri Lanka due to the virus is so far 4,821. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana says that the government will not recall pregnant women in the public service to normal services with immediate effect. He made this comment following a meeting held with Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa yesterday. The State Minister stated that a new circular in this regard will be issued by the Secretary to the Public Services, Provincial Councils and Local Government. In addition, the government has decided to call back other employees in the public service to work in 2 shifts per week. A circular was issued last week recalling state sector employees to work from 2nd of August as per usual with the intention of restoring normalcy in the public service. However, health experts raise concerns about the move, warning that ill-timed relaxations of restrictions in movement will lead to a surge in novel coronavirus infections. Parliamentarian Ranil Wickremesinghe says steps should be taken to prevent the spread of COVID mutations. He said that the cabinet should take over the COVID control program. Mr. Wickremesinghe said that an expenditure account for emergency COVID treatment should be created. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board, in collaboration with the Consulate General of Sri Lanka in Guangzhou and the Department of Commerce of Fujian, successfully organized the Fujian China Sri Lanka Economic and Trade Forum and the relevant event on the 28th July 2021 via video conference webcast. The virtual event was attended by over 11,000 participants from China and Sri Lanka. Officials of the government promotional agencies such as the Sri Lanka Tea Board, National Gem and Jewellery Authority, Sri Lanka Coconut Development Authority, Board of Investment and Department of Commerce and Sri Lanka export companies joined the program from Sri Lanka. Officials of the government authorities in Fujian, led by the Fujian Department of Commerce, potential importers and investors of Fujian, representatives of e-commerce platforms in Fujian participated from China. The forum covered the areas of bilateral trade, economic potential for Sri Lanka in Fujian province and e-commerce platforms in Fujian province as well. And that's local news.
The largest bonus declared in the history of the Sri Lankan insurance industry. Sri Lanka Insurance Grand Bonus, an unmatchable bonus of 8.6 billion rupees only for Sri Lanka Insurance life policy holders from the nation's largest insurer. Call 0112 357 357 for more details. Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Health Minister Pavitra Vaniarache says that an integral home-based care program for the treatment of asymptomatic COVID-19 patients will commence from Monday, and over 300 experts in the medical field will provide medical advice to such patients voluntarily. These asymptomatic patients will be regularly monitored by these medical experts. Health Ministry officials said that the members of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 will discuss this mechanism at its meeting scheduled to be held today under the patronage of the President. And that came to you in top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, the Sri Lanka Red Cross Society and Uber Sri Lanka yesterday agreed to the request made by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa to provide 50,000 free trips to and from the vaccination centres. The Prime Minister set up this initiative during a briefing at Temple Trees on the progress of the ongoing free transportation program for doctors, nurses and health staff engaged in COVID-19 treatment duties in Colombo, Gampa, Kalutura and Kandy districts. The Prime Minister praised and thanked the doctors, nurses and all medical staff for their compassionate commitment service since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that came to you in Watchlight. And in world news, headlines: Ethiopia's Tigray rebels take UNESCO World Heritage Town. Iran's new hardline president Ibrahim Raisi sworn in. Notorious Drangbeta mafia fugitive arrested after 2 years on the run. And those are the headlines of the world news. And moving on to the stories in detail, rebels from Ethiopia's northern Tigray region have taken control of the town of Lalibela, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in neighboring Ankara region. Lalibela, home to 13th century churches, town or from rock, is a holy site for millions of Orthodox Christians. Residents have been fleeing the rebel advance, local officials told BBC. Thousands have been killed since the war broke out last November. Iran's new president Ibrahim Raisi has been sworn into office following his election victory in June. Mr. Raisi, a hardline cleric, succeeds Hassan Rouhani, seen in the West as a relative moderate. It comes at a time of growing challenges from Iran, those whose economy has been crippled by US-led sanctions. A suspected boss of Italy's powerful Rangheta mafia clan, which controls much of the Europe's cocaine trade, has been arrested in Spain. Domenico Paglianiti, one of Italy's most wanted criminal, was detained on the streets of Madrid, officials say, dubbed the boss of the bosses. Paglianiti, 60, has been on the run for 2 years. And that was World News.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
Sigiriya and Yal National Park will be developed as polythene and plastic-free, first eco-friendly and sustainable tourism zones. Accordingly, Sigiriya and its environment will be declared polythene and plastic-free zones, and the Yal National Park too will receive the same designation with the aim of promoting environment-friendly tourism. And that came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
In sports news, a karate gold medal, an Olympic first, a national record, and a wedding anniversary, all in the days of work for Spaniard Sandra Sanchez. She took karate's first ever gold when she won the women's kata and at 39 became Spain's oldest Olympic champion. With karate not featuring at Paris 2024, she could also be defending champion for years to come. Meanwhile, China is leading the Olympic table by winning 34 gold, 24 silver and 16 bronze by now. USA is in the second place with 29 gold, 35 silver and 27 bronze. Japan is placed third with 22 gold, 10 silver and 14 bronze medals.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The much-anticipated Havelock City Phase 4 luxury apartments following the successful completion of the construction are now ready, having obtained the Certificate of Conformity from the Urban Development Authority, UDA. Located at the heart of Colombo, Phase 4 comprises 2 luxury residential towers named Peterson and Edmonton, having 340 apartment slots over 31 floors with mesmerizing garden and sea views, offering buyers the last and final chance to make an investment of a lifetime.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
In 2020, at least one computer was available in 22.2% of households in the country. And that is about 1 out of every 5,000 of every 5 households own either a desktop or a laptop computer. This percentage is 37.1 in the urban sector, and rural and estate sector show 20.1% and 3.8% respectively. When the provinces are considered, the highest availability is in the Western province with 35.1%, while the lowest availability is reported from the Uva province, 11.9%.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says the showers will occur at times in Sabragamo province and in Kandy, Nuwara Galle and Mathura districts. Several spells of showers will occur in western and northwestern provinces. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in Uva province and in Ampara and Batikulo districts during the evening or night.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Finally, before we wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. The President instructs the relevant officials to strengthen security of the children at rural level. The next consignment of AstraZeneca will arrive in the island tomorrow. 2,669 more persons have tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. The public service is to work in 2 shifts per week. Red Cross and Uber are to provide free transport to vaccination centers. The Health Minister says an integral home-based care program for asymptomatic COVID-19 patients will commence from Monday. With that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.